Welcome everyone. Today we're going to do our reading regarding our spirit guides, whatever messages that we may not be picking up on, that type of thing. You have to remember your spirit guides are always active in your life. Angels need your request to come in, but your guides, they try to give you guidance. That's why they're guides. So anyway, how I feel this works is my guides connect to your guides. I feel like they already know what it is you need to hear. So let's just go ahead and get into the reading. This is for all signs. You do want to take a moment and just calm your mind. Let go of the outside world. And let's begin. All right. We're going to start with our Mother Mary Oracle, and I'm going to bring this down a little bit. Already, everything's pre-shuffled, by the way. Get some words of wisdom to open this reading, and then we will move into the tarot. You know, in this type of a reading, I feel like, you know, we're reading beyond the tarot, but it is definitely the guideline. Enthusiasm. Enthusiasm, that's good. All of a sudden I see these stars all over the card, which I never noticed before. There's stars on them. That could mean just because I'm noticing, you know, I think of a star, I think of a wish, I think of a dream, like making a wish come true. And enthusiasm coming out tells me that's my intention, how I see. Do I believe? Do I have faith? All that. Whatever I am most passionate about is the direction I flow. Whatever I am most passionate about is the direction I flow. You know, a lot of you ask me, like in personal readings, you know, what should I do? Like, what area should I be in? That type of thing. And that is truly based on your passion. I want to say, you know, sometimes we don't know. But again, like the signs will be sent. Something will spark your interest. And I feel like follow it. Like follow the yellow brick road. See where it takes you. You may be surprised to find out that you're the wizard. Okay. Again, this is the Tarot of Dreams, and I'm just going to fill out a spread right from the top. I feel like that's the way we're meant to do it today. And let's begin. We have the Five of Pentacles. Okay, well, not the easiest of energy, but I have to say it's the first card, which I like. And I mean that in a way that I feel like this is talking about something that's already happened. Five of Pentacles often is the energy of feeling like thrown out into the cold. Something that's beyond your control, yet you have no choice but to move through it. And I feel like when you do move through it, you're going to find soulmates. Like if you're making an active effort to keep on moving, even though, you know, this exists. I feel like the right people come into your life. And I feel like your guides will make sure of it. You know, this is a 5. 5 speaks of change. Not all change we want. Some change is like forced upon us. But I feel like it's often for something more. I feel like for someone, this can be a lesson also in like, I was hanging on to so much material things, and that's where I put my wealth in, so to speak, my richness, and I feel like I lost it, and it hurt, right? But I feel like the lesson is there was too much focus on the material, and I feel ultimately what's going to happen is you're going to start to feel free. We have Temperance, card Sagittarius. This is, Temperance teaches a lesson, and that lesson is patience. And it's so something can come to full fruition. You think of it as a apple on a tree. You don't want to pick it until it's ripe, right? If I pick it before, it's going to be sour. So, and Temperance also talks about something that is out of your control. And the lesson there is what is out of your control, let it go. Let it go. I feel like there's a reading, it's funny because I just did a reading about those who are like really down and out. And I feel that reading, I feel that energy in here too. But I do feel change. We have the Palace of Swords. I feel like someone is surrounded by books. Like all of a sudden, and there's no books in here, but I feel like I see someone surrounded by books. I feel like there's a lot of value, knowledge within those books. Now, maybe they're imaginary books. Maybe they are like your book of life, and I'm seeing the different chapters within books. A palace, I feel, in this deck is about ultimately where I end up. The Palace of Swords is about your truth, right? Here's this Five of Pentacles that opens up the reading, and it does feel like something happened against your control, but nonetheless, it's like you had to keep moving through it. I feel like, and listen, I know there's different levels to that. I know some of them are very difficult. I know that. But in the same breath, I feel like, it's almost like you're being put in place. Because the Palace of Swords is about you and your uniqueness and what you bring to the table. It's your voice. It's your truth. It's how you communicate. It's all that. It's how you write. It's interesting because I feel like some of you found yourselves alone. And listen, it's not what I wanted. But within that alone time, I feel like something was born out of it. I have a feeling you received like epiphanies, because I feel like you moved into this, almost moving into the spiritual level. We have the Palace of Cups. Palace of Cups coming under that Five of Pentacles. So I just feel like that's about a love life. Excuse me. And this could certainly be talking about a relationship for some of you. It's talking about different things for different people, because it's Pentacles. For some of you, you lost a job. But like there are these, I feel like you just got to keep going down that yellow brick road. Because I feel like you're going to, it's like where you end up is just not where you think at this moment. For others, I do think this is about a love that may have ended unexpectedly. Like, You know what I mean? And I may have lost half my wealth in that. Or more. But you know, what am I learning in the Five of Pentacles? I'm learning a sense of empathy and compassion. It's almost like this time period between, let's say, the 5 to the 6 is, I feel like, where you meet a lot of like whatever you're down and out about, I feel like you meet others, whether that just be online, you know, like in a reading like this, however, excuse me, and that may set you on a different path. So, you know, nonetheless, I know that's painful. Well, we have the Knight of Cups coming under Temperance. Very interesting. Temperance is controlling this Knight of Cups, so to speak, right? It's divine timing. This Knight of Cups, each knight has a mission, and this mission is to bring you a cup. Even though some of you have already lost a cup. Now, I don't know if it's coming from, you know, this person up here. All I know is it's coming from divine energy. And, you know, I feel like the Knight of Pentacles is a trusted knight. Like, we know it'll be here in the right time. The Knight of Cups, it's almost like we don't know when it surprises us. It comes usually when we least expect it. I love Temperance controlling that energy, so to speak. This knight's looking right back at that palace. We have the 6 of Swords. Interesting. It's almost like I have to read it. It's meant to be read this way. Right here is, let's just call it some type of tower. Something that shakes our foundation. Something that forces some kind of change. But then immediately is Temperance. Divine energy. You know what I mean? It's being able to trust in the process, even in the difficult times. And I feel like you had to travel through the Palace of Swords, which is about, again, your truth, your honesty, your uniqueness, all of that, your voice. But your truth, when I say your truth, it's all truth, right? You're seeing yourself, you know, to thyself be true. I don't think that's right. Anyway, so I feel like I'm meant to read it like that, and it's like, as you become the Palace of Swords, right? Find that uniqueness within yourself. Trust it. The 6 of Swords tells me you do, because this is the energy of leaving the toxicity behind. First, I had to have the realization of what that meant. You know, sometimes it can be our own thoughts. We can think this is the end of the world, but think how many times you thought that in your life. I know I thought that many times. Oh my God, this is it. What am I going to do? I won't be able to survive. Excuse me, I don't know why I'm coughing so much. But then you do. So, you know, it feels like the perfect little circle. Unfortunately, though, you know, I feel like it's hard to say unfortunately, but at the same time, I know what the feeling around it, like I know the pain, suffering, the what do I do type energy, but I feel like in the same time, you know, if you open yourself up to soulmate type energy, like myself, like I am your soulmate, you know, and here I am delivering a message for you, and you open to that, you know, you keep a sense of real enthusiasm. I know it's hard to be enthusiastic, when I'm in that energy, but you're not meant to be in that energy forever. That's what temperance is divine timing. So something needs to be fulfilled before the timing is right. And what is that? Well, she's looking right at the Palace of Swords, and I think it's all about you. And when I say all about you, yes, a million things has happened to you, but it's all about you and your reaction and what you accept and what you do not accept and your understanding. It's all of that. And it's like, I feel like you receive more clarity than maybe you ever have in your life. And that allows you to move into that Six of Swords energy, allows you to leave it in the past. So now when I see the Knight, right, because the Knight is coming in this way, under Temperance, it's heading towards the Palace of Cups. So I find that kind of beautiful. I feel like what it's saying is, as it relates to love, someone may have broken our heart, but don't let that be the end for you. You know what I mean? Like, move through it, because there's probably someone else who's going to love you, maybe like you've never been loved before. I feel like if I've lost my job and I don't know what to do, I feel like you do know what to do, because you have a lot of wisdom, you have a lot of knowledge within you, and then you add, just your spirit guides trying to help, give you illumination. Which way? Where do I go? What does that mean? It's going to be in signs. Like, I see them on the TV all the time. Okay, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. We have the Three of Cups. There could have been some infidelity. Normally the Three of Cups is the energy of joy, and maybe there was joy, and I do feel like, somebody, like, stole my joy, so to speak. But now, in a way, you're learning how to find it on your own. Within you, not without, not, outside yourself. So, I do feel like the Palace of Wands, Two of Cups, Queen of Cups. Listen, what we gotta remember, our soulmates, like, we have a lot of soulmates. Some, many are going to be, not many, but, some are in love. Like, we'll find ourselves in relationships with them. Soulmates are here to help each other, and that can mean difficult lessons. And I don't feel like we're meant to stay with, like, it's like, okay, this one's here to teach me this lesson. And maybe it's just to know myself better. That type of thing. But you also are here to teach them something. And then it's like, what am I trying to say? But I don't feel like we're meant to stay with all of them. So some come in to teach us difficult lessons, and we teach them we teach other difficult lessons. And then I feel like because I feel like I gave this person like a soulmate name, like I would call him my soulmate. And I think that is the case. But I also feel like your guides are saying, this is also love. This is also love. And it's not in the same house. You know what I mean? It's not the same type. Maybe it's not even in the same vibration. But it's a journey. It's a process. It's you taking that journey. And then this Knight of Cups. I don't have to worry about when. I can just trust divine. You know, if I'm moving forward, then what meets me along my path must be at my vibration. Does that make sense? So, I don't know. I just feel like keep an eye to the sky. Okay. Let's take the Gilded Tarot and let's just go across the whole spread. You know, this is one of those readings where I feel like it's not meant to be real long. Because maybe some of the people who are watching it, there may be a lesson in patience, right? Like I want to know everything, but I want to know it in 10 minutes. And maybe your guides are like, wow. Slow down, you move too fast. Okay. We have the Six of Pentacles. First of all, Six of Pentacles, because I'm just taking it right across the whole spread. Look at the progression right away. In the Six of Pentacles, you have learned a sense of compassion and empathy for others. You have learned it. In that energy, it is the energy of like a very generous, wanting to help, wanting to give to those, you know, the underdog, wanting to give a hand up type energy. And I do feel like it's saying in a previous, let's just say, chapter of your life, there was an unbalance. You know, the giving and receiving wasn't of equal. Now, I don't mean like, you know, like me helping the underdog so they can, you know, like, you know, get something to eat. Something, I'm talking about, something you personally were involved in, whether it be a relationship, a job, like it just didn't seem equal. So, in a way, you know, and I feel like it was unfair to you. So, you know, in a way, again, I feel like it's moving you to a better place. Huh. All right, we have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is a self-created prison. Self-created. The inner person who can uncreate it is the one who created it, which is you. It's a sense of protection. I gotta be damned, I'm gonna love again. And you're right, maybe you do not want to love again on that vibration. So bring yourself to an even higher vibration. You know, and sometimes your vibration is higher, and that's why lower vibration must fall away. But you know, there's a blindfold on. Something I didn't want to see. Maybe you're forced to anyway. We have the King of Cups. King of Cups. Can be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Look at that. He is surrounded by doubt. Surrounded. Well, I shouldn't say surrounded. On both sides. And then we have the Three of Cups. Okay. So, guys, what I feel like this is first of all, this King of Cups would be the perfect king to come in because the Knight of Cups is right underneath him. This is the king that would send this knight. no matter what the sign. This king in the upright, and listen, temperance is part of this energy, divine is part of this energy. So I feel like something that's really, meant to be, doesn't have to be, it can be, but can't be in a certain type of energy, right? It wouldn't fit. I can see why, if that blindfold doesn't come off, and I know why you have that blindfold on, almost like, I don't want to love again because maybe there was some infidelity. And listen, I know. I don't think anything, well, I can't say nothing hurts like that, but it's a horrible, horrible feeling. It just is. But, you know, my ex-husband cheated on me all the time. To a point, I called him a serial cheater, to the point where I didn't even care anymore, right? I stopped loving him. So, and I think now, here I am, 2 years ago, got together with the love of my life, my first love, and here we are. And, who would have thought, right? That girl way back then never would have thought. So I feel like what it's saying is you got to keep moving forward. Don't get stuck. King of Cups is usually someone who wants to be in a relationship, and I feel like this king is being sent out for that particular purpose. No matter the sign, it's about someone who, like, I don't want anyone that is going to kick and scream to be with me. If you're going to kick and scream, then do I want you? You know what I mean? Like, do I really want you? If you don't want me and I have to, ruin my life, no. You always have the power. You always have control. You always can make a change, even if it's difficult. Some of the most difficult changes bring you to the most beautiful places. I know. So, I get it, but I feel like if that is the case, and I almost feel like, I'm probably not going to talk you into bringing down that wall or taking off that blindfold, but I feel your guides will, if you allow. Maybe this is just like the crack. Well, I feel like I want to look. Look at this. Wow. No wonder I wanted to look. We have the Eight of Cups, which now would come under that Eight of Swords. And then look at this. I have goosebumps. Spirit bumps. I feel like my guides were correcting me. Goosebumps is spirit bumps. The Ace of Cups. Coming over the Knight of Cups. Attached to the King of Cups and Temperance. You can't help when you fall in love, can you? I don't know. Somewhere I read love is a choice. Is it a choice or is it an emotion? You know what I mean? I guess it's a choice. I think it's both. I think it's both. And I feel like why I'm saying that is, I don't feel like this is saying that. I feel like what this is saying is I myself may think that this is it for me, right? I've had enough. And maybe you do need time, right? Because temperance is all about time. Taking the time to heal the root of the problem. And living in the Palace of Swords for a little while would do anybody good. Because here is this Two of Swords touching that Palace of Swords. And it's like, I enter it with a blindfold on, right? But ultimately, I know you leave it free and clear. Not just like my mental, like it's almost like I have like all this clutter in my mind and all this clutter in my heart. and the ability to leave both of them with real understanding and clarity through, I feel like, this Palace of Swords. Whether this is romantic love, whether this is falling in love with what you do, falling back in love with your life, whatever it is, allow yourself to get there. This is a process. It is a process. And your part is like so important. Like if you don't play your part, right? And that means if you don't allow yourself to, don't be afraid to like take that blindfold off. Know the truth. And I feel like, why? Because I feel like what's yet to come, the potential of what's yet to come is mighty. And what I think was my everything really becomes like maybe I don't even think about it again. You know what I mean? But it's a process, right? What's your job? The Eight of Cups, look at my emotional house. How have these cups that have been knocked over, how have they affected me and my life, and allowing myself to be happy, right? Because the Eight of Cups is walking towards the Nine of Cups, which is truly a sense of joy within. I feel like I need to find that first. And I also need to know who I am. And that can mean the good part and the not so good part. Like, how do I react? Do I react too quickly? So it's just, I'm looking at patterns in my life. Are there certain patterns that I keep repeating? So when you have that clarity in mind, it allows you to better your life. So that's what you're doing here. And look at that. Heading right to the Ace of Cups. Whatever that may mean for you, I know one thing. It's also about your whole spiritual team and the unconditional love that is always being poured down upon you. From your loved ones, from your spirit guides, from your angels, God, all that energy is always being poured down upon you. When we're in that prison, I don't want to feel. It's almost like I don't want to feel. Whatever I am most passionate about is the direction I flow. Let's go ahead and read Mother Mary. Enthusiasm. I remember when I was a kid, I could never say that word. Your question about what to focus upon is answered by examining where your natural interests lie. What do you enjoy doing? What issues stir your soul? Where would you like to make a positive difference? These are your passions, and your enthusiasm gives you the energy and motivation to take courageous action. Enthusiasm is positively contagious and helps others feel excited and happy. Mother Mary urges you to shine your light brightly. Let those around you know about your dreams, your goals, hopes, and aspirations. Smile, share your feelings, and be authentic and accessible so that heaven and other people can join in your enthusiasm. Wow. I feel like there's great change happening. There's great change happening. And I feel like I'm either on board or I'm not. I'm either on board or I'm not. I hope you're all on board. It's like I feel like we're all taking a train somewhere, and we're about to go on like a mystery, like a magical mystery tour. So, I love you guys. I thank you. I know this will reach who it needs to reach. I just trust. I trust the process. Yeah. I'm going to leave it there. I will see you next time at my table. Bye-bye.